Hello and welcome to today's varsity volleyball matchup between Natick and Framingham. I'm Luke.
I'm Zach.
And we are excited to bring you today's action. Looks like Framingham will start off with the serve. And Natick will take the first point on a serve into the net.
Good hard swing down the line by McIntosh. Nicole Herring, one of the Natick captains, now back to serve.
That ball bounces off the top of the net and falls out of bounds for a Framingham point. Now number 25, the Framingham libero, will serve. Hard swing by McIntosh. That goes off the Framingham block and out of bounds. Natick unable to pick up the second ball there. And now Framingham's serve goes into the net. And Maddie Lewis's serve goes for an ace there. Natick up 5-2 early in the first set.
Maddie Lewis with another ace for the Red Hawks. Lewis with her third ace. Little confusion on the Framingham side. That ball dropped between two players. Looks like Framingham is going to call a timeout. The score is 8-2 Natick.
now. Out of the timeout, Maddie Lewis will continue serving. Powerful serve there. That'll go for an ace as Framingham not able to pick up the second ball. Natick extends their lead. They're up 7. Greta McIntosh with that kill for Natick. That line shot finds the court for Framingham. They'll take that point.
Framingham will now serve. That set pushed over the net. Natick middle able to tip that one down onto the Framingham side. Greta McIntosh will now serve for the Red Hawks. Herring with the kill, catches hands, but still falls on the Framingham side. My hand is so spiky. I'm so sorry.
That ball just out of bounds. Framingham will take that point. Now 12-4 Natick. Ava Harless checking in for Natick, replacing Greta McIntosh. And Natick will take that point on a serve into the net by Framingham. And now Kelly English, the libero, will serve for Natick. Great diving save there by Harless. And Framingham not able to pick up that Natick tip. Natick extends their lead to 10. That swing off the Natick block and out of bounds. Framingham will take that point, and they'll make a substitution as well. Natick unable to pick that one up. Framingham slowly cutting down the Natick lead. And on the Natick side, Amy Joka comes into the game, replacing Nicole Herring.
by the Framingham outside goes out of bounds. Point for Natick. Checking into the game on the Natick side is Kate Cohen and Maddie Lewis. Kate Cohen will now serve for the Redhawks. That ball swung down by Lewis, taking the hands of one of the Framingham defenders. Tip over that catches the Natick block, but comes down on the Natick side. Point Framingham. Swing by Caroline Niemeyer goes just out of bounds. Point Framingham.
That serve from Framingham goes out of bounds. Natick takes the serve right back. Amy Joko will serve for Natick as Greta McIntosh checks into the game. Good call by the Natick back row to let that ball fall out of bounds. They'll take a 10-point lead, up 18-8. Framingham unable to get that third ball back over the net, and Natick extends their lead further. 6 points away from closing out this first set. That off-speed attack from Framingham catches Natick off guard. They let that one fall. Framingham's libero will now serve. That was a tough serve, not able to be picked up by Natick. That'll go for an ace.
Tough swing cross court by Maddie Lewis. Caroline Niedermeyer will now serve for Natick. Not quite enough power on that serve, unable to clear the tape. Framingham now with the serve. Framingham scrambling to get that ball back over. Goes out of bounds. Maddie Lewis now with the serve. That overpass handled by Greta McIntosh, able to wipe that down to the floor.
Maddie Lewis with another ace. Natick just 2 points away from closing out the first set. Framingham can't quite save that third ball. And Natick is now on set point here in set 1, up 24-11 against Framingham. And that'll do it for the first set. Framingham swings out of bounds, giving Natick set point. They win this first set 25-11. There'll be a quick break in between sets, and we'll be back.
Welcome back to the second set of the Framingham vs. Natick girls volleyball varsity game. Starting off this set, looks like Kate Cohen will serve for the Red Hawks. Out of system set to the right side. Good dig by the Framingham libero. Passed over by Lewis. Point Framingham, that ball passed out of the antenna. So that will be called by the referees. Framingham with the serve.
Strong swing there by Maddie Lewis. Goes for the first Natick point of that set. Miss hit by Framingham. And Nicole Herring with an ace there. Natick extends their lead there, now up 4-1. That low overpass by Framingham put Natick a bit out of system. They weren't able to recover, and Framingham takes that point. And Natick will take the serve right back off of a Framingham miss.
Caroline Niedermeyer will serve now for Natick. That ball overpassed and handled by Carroll, smacked right down in the 10-foot line. Niedermeyer with an ace for the Red Hawks. The score now 7-2, Natick up 5 in the second set. Framingham scrambling to get that ball back in, and they do succeed. Looks like the ref will call that point for Framingham. I'm unsure of the call. Framingham now back to serve.
Natick not able to pick that one up. Framingham keeping it much closer in this set than they were in the first set. Natick with only a 3-point lead, up 7-4. And a carry will be called on the middle, Jen Carroll. And Maddie Lewis's swing finds the cross-court corner. Natick will take that point as Framingham makes a substitution. And Maddie Lewis with an ace there. Natick bringing it back to a higher lead. They're up now 9-5. Nice pass there by Lewis, but McIntosh's swing goes just out of bounds. On the Natick side, Munger checking in for Maddie Lewis, and that was Natalie Cohen checking in for Kate Cohen. Natalie Cohen's attack not able to be corralled and sent back over by Framingham. Natick up 10-6 with Greta McIntosh on the serve.
Natalie Cohen with another swing. This time it finds the court. Point goes to Natick. Looks like Framingham will call a timeout. The score is 11-6. Natick up by 5. Coming out of that timeout, Greta McIntosh will serve for the Red Hawks. That serve finds the back line. Will be another ace for the Red Hawks this evening. This serve, this time by McIntosh, goes out of bounds. Point for Framingham. Looks like Ava Harless will be checking in for Greta McIntosh on the Natick side. Framingham also making substitutions.
Diving save there by English, the libero. Natick pushes it over. And Framingham's tip goes into the net. Natick takes the point, and now English will serve. Framingham's pass is tight on the net. They're not able to get it over after that. Natick now up 14-7, possibly their largest lead of the set of the set so far. And they'll extend it one more as Framingham's roll shot goes into the net. And now Framingham will call a timeout in the second set. Natick up 15-7. We'll be back in a minute. Kelly English still serving for Natick out of that timeout. And another Framingham attack goes into the net. That ball lands right in between 3 Natick defenders, but just so that none of them are able to pick it up. Framingham takes the serve back. Nicole Herring's attack finds the court on the Framingham side. Now subbing in for Natick is Kate Cohen and Maddie Lewis.
Herring able to find the hard cross court on that swing. Point for Natick, and Cohen will serve again. Looks like Natick will be unable to return that powerful roll shot by the Framingham back row. That jump serve by the Framingham players will go out of bounds. Now Amy Joka will serve for the Red Hawks. At serve, unable to be handled by the Framingham libero. Another ace for the Red Hawks tonight. Score is 20-9, Natick up by 11. Another hard serve. This ball passed, but unable to be returned over the net. Joka will continue to serve.
That roll shot by Framingham falls right into the center of the court. Nobody there on the Natick side to pick it up. Maddie Lewis powers that swing through the Framingham block. Natick 3 points away from closing out the second set. And Lewis again with the kill, that one to the far corner. The cross-court shot falls inbounds. Now Caroline Niedermeyer serving for Natick. And a lucky bounce for Framingham. That one off the tape and rolls right over. And that serve misjudged by the Natick passers falls in for an ace for Framingham. And Natick can't save that one after a couple errant touches there. Natick just 2 points away from closing out the second set, but they'll look to end it soon to avoid giving Framingham any momentum going into the second set. But as I say that, Framingham with an ace to cut the lead of Natick down to 9.
McIntosh with the off-speed roll shot down the line. Framingham couldn't pick that one up. It is now set point here in set number 2 for the Natick Redhawks. Maddie Lewis will serve. That final point was a tip by Carroll. Framingham unable to return that ball. The score is 25-14. We'll take a short break and return back for the third set.
Welcome back to the third set here at the Natick High School gym. Natick right now with a 2-0 lead against Framingham. They'll look to close this game out in straight sets. However, Framingham did start to build some momentum near the end of the second set, so they'll look to continue with that. Framingham with a hard serve there. A great block at the net there. That was Caroline Niedermeyer and Maddie Lewis. Natick takes the first point. And now Nicole Herring will serve. McIntosh's attack into the net. Framingham ties this game up. And a missed pass there. And Natick can't return that ball. Framingham with what might be their first lead of the match, up 2-1. Maddie Lewis with another cross-court kill. Finding the end line there. Framingham's back row attack was handled nicely by the Natick defense, and McIntosh's swing goes for a powerful kill. Natick takes the lead back 3-2.
That standing roll shot attempt by McIntosh into the net. Framingham back with the serve. Some confusion on the Framingham side, that ball dropping between two of the players, not knowing which one's going to put the ball over. Maddie Lewis now with the serve for Natick. That will be an ace for the Red Hawks. That hard serve going right in the seam between the libero and one of the other defender players on the Framingham side. That hard serve this time handled nicely by the libero. And McIntosh with the hard swing that finds the back line. Looks like the refs are talking to the Natick captain, floor captain, Kate Cohen.
Framingham's going to call a timeout there early in the third set. Natick with a 7-3 lead. We'll be right back.
Coming out of the timeout, Maddie Lewis will serve for the Red Hawks. Hard serve handled nicely by the Framingham libero. That attempt unable to clear the net. Point Natick. Lewis with another serve. That one goes just out of bounds. Natick will be making some substitutions. Munger will come in for Lewis, and Kate Cohen will come in for Natalie Cohen.
That serve skimmed off the tape. Natick just barely able to save it and get that back over. And that was a bit of an unorthodox attack there by Framingham, but it worked out for them. And that's twice in a row that serve has just skimmed right off the top of the net. That one goes for an ace. And another ace there. And Framingham's powerful serve is going to cause Natick to take a timeout. The Natick lead only one here in the third set. They're up 8-7. Another powerful serve and another ace there for Framingham. Framingham really are rallying around number 6's serve. I unfortunately don't have a roster, so I can't say a name, but Framingham is really fighting back in this one. And that, I believe, is 4 out of 5 aces for this server. And the other one, she also won the point. Natick's going to need to figure out this serve quickly. Natick barely able to pick that serve up. And keeps it alive again. And Natick thankfully able to break Framingham's service run. Tying the game at 9 as Greta McIntosh now takes the serve for Natick.
Framingham unable to get that serve returned. Point for Natick. Definitely a much closer game this set. Natick only up by 1 point, 10-9. And that'll go for an ace for McIntosh. She's looking to extend their lead with some of these aggressive serves. Just like that, that is another ace for the Red Hawks. Herring swing goes just out of bounds. Point will return to Framingham. Looks like the libero will be checking out on the Framingham side. On the Natick side, Ava Harless will come in for Greta McIntosh. Framingham will serve.
That Framingham attack finds the seam right in between Harless and English. Off Natick's touch and out of bounds. That'll give Framingham the point and the serve. Framingham will tie the game up once again as Natick puts the third ball into the net. Natick's pass goes off the net, but they're able to keep it alive and send it over. And once again, Framingham finding the dead center of the court. And Natick has been unable to pick that up multiple times throughout the course of the match. That'll force Coach Sujo to call a timeout. Framingham has the lead 13-12 here in the third set.
Alrighty, coming out of that timeout, Framingham will serve. They have the lead 13-12. Natick has been struggling to pass their serves well and receive their hits. Looks like they're having some rotation difficulties on the Natick side. That serve handled nicely by Harless. And that push over attempt denied by Jennifer Carroll. Niedermeyer will check into the game and Kelly English will serve for the Red Hawks.
Diving save by the Framingham libero as they get that ball back over. And then Natalie Cohen's attack off the block and forces a double contact. Natick takes the lead back here in a third set that is certainly closer than Natick was hoping. Framingham will be called for a carry on that attack, and the ball went into the net anyway. Kelly English, the libero, continuing her serve. And the Framingham setter not quite able to get to that pass in time. Not able to control it and keep it in play. So Natick taking a 3-point lead here in the third set. And Natick will take that point as Framingham will be called for a net violation. Lucky break there for the Red Hawks, but they will take a point any way they can get it.
Swing picked up, and it looked like the Framingham middle had a net violation there, but I guess the ref see it as just the ball. Framingham now making some substitutions. Quick attack there by the middle. Framingham unable to return that ball. Kate Cohen will now serve for the Red Hawks. That tip attempt, unable to clear the tape. Natick will keep the point. Kate Cohen will now serve again.
Bit of an unlucky bounce there for the Flyers. That one goes off of a basketball hoop from the ceiling. Framingham unable to adjust. And now Framingham will take a timeout. Natick with a 6-point lead, very close to closing out this third set. We'll be back. Coming out of the timeout, Kate Cohen with the serve there, and Framingham's attack into the net. Natick extending their lead to 7 and just 4 points now away from closing out the match. And Kate Cohen with the ace there. Framingham's pass not to target, and the setter not able to get back there in time to pick it up. That swing by Framingham looked very out, then ended up only landing maybe about a foot out of bounds. But in either case, Natick will take the point. And Maddie Lewis again finding the cross-court far corner. Natick now on match point here against Framingham. And that will do it. Kate Cohen with the untouched ace to give Natick the win in straight sets. Natick takes the third set 25-14, and they win the match 3-0. With that win, Natick extends their record to 6-4 on the season. Framingham drops to 0-8. Natick's next match will be next Tuesday against Brookline right here at Natick High School. Zach and I will join you for that one. Until then, for my partner Zach Kwan, I'm Luke Rossi signing off. Thanks for joining us.